What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to Beyond the Box Score. We've got a massive one to break down. Game 3 of the WNBA Finals going down this Wednesday, October 8th. This series has been full of swings, adjustments, and high-level performances, and now it shifts back to Phoenix with the Mercury fighting to keep their season alive against the powerhouse Las Vegas Aces. In today's breakdown, we're going to dig deep into the matchup, go over the spread, total, and a player prop that's looking like pure value heading into Game 3. So sit back, hit that like button if you love playoff basketball, and let's dive right in. Before we get into the Game 3 outlook, let's take a quick look back at Game 2. Sometimes momentum can be deceptive. Coming in hot doesn't always mean you stay hot. After riding a 5-0 betting streak heading into Game 2, things came crashing down hard. We took two half-unit plays, the under 165.5 and the Mercury money line, and both missed the mark. The total went over comfortably, and Phoenix got handled by 13 points on the road. That's a tough swing, but a manageable one-unit loss overall. The key now is bouncing back, and that's exactly what we plan to do tonight. Game 3 tips off at 8 p.m. Eastern, and the line currently sits with Phoenix favored by 3.5 at home, with a total hovering around 163.5. The Aces have taken complete control of the series with a commanding 2-0 lead, and what stands out most is how they've done it. Two very different styles of wins. In Game 1, Vegas didn't even need their stars to dominate. Jackie Young struggled mightily, putting up just 10 points on 3 of 13 shooting, including 0 for 6 from deep. But that didn't matter because their bench came through huge. Jewel Lloyd and Dana Evans combined for 39 points, shooting over 50% both from the field and beyond the arc. Phoenix actually led for long stretches in Game 1 before a late Vegas surge sealed it. But Game 2 was an entirely different story. The Aces' stars took over. A'ja Wilson was unstoppable, 28 points and 14 rebounds. Jackie Young bounced back in a major way with 32 points and 8 boards, while Chelsea Gray was her usual all-around self, posting another 10-assist game and nearly notching a triple-double for the second straight contest. What makes this Vegas team so dangerous is not just their talent, but their depth and versatility. They can beat you in the paint, on the glass, or stretch you out with perimeter shooting, and right now, Phoenix simply hasn't found a counter. If you look at this matchup historically, that story holds true. These teams have faced each other 6 times this year, and Vegas has won 5 of those 6. The only loss, a 6-point defeat way back in June, when A'ja Wilson wasn't even in the lineup. Since then, the Aces have found another gear entirely. And as Phoenix returns home, they're banged up and searching for answers. Brittney Griner is dealing with an undisclosed hand injury she suffered in Game 1. She's downplaying it. I'm fine, but you can tell she's not at 100%. Sammy Whitcomb hyperextended her knee in Game 1, and even though she's cleared to play, she logged just 13 minutes in Game 2 with no points and 0 impact. To make matters worse, Natasha Cloud twisted her ankle late in Game 2, and even though she brushed it off in the post-game press conference, that looked painful. She's officially a game-time decision for Game 3, and even if she does suit up, it's hard to believe she'll be at full strength. So, when you line everything up, the Aces' chemistry, their overall depth, and Phoenix's lingering injuries, it's tough to make a case for the Mercury as favorites here. The Aces are catching points on the road, and given how they've controlled nearly every statistical category so far, that feels like the sharper side. Still, it's always tough to fade a desperate home team down 0-2, especially one with shooters like Taurasi and Griner. When Phoenix's offense gets hot from deep, they can flip a game fast. But stylistically, this matchup continues to be a nightmare for them. Vegas switches everything, forces tough jumpers, and makes you pay for every turnover in transition. It's hard to see that suddenly changing now. When it comes to the total, we've seen back-to-back overs to open the series. We nailed the over in Game 1 but missed the under in Game 2. The pace of play in this matchup is fast, and even though Phoenix ranks second in defensive rating at home during the postseason, they're second to last offensively. Vegas, meanwhile, has been elite on the road, first in offensive rating and fourth in defensive efficiency. Both prior meetings in Phoenix this season have also gone over this same total of 163.5. So where does that leave us? Honestly, it feels like another spot where the over could cash again. Phoenix tends to shoot significantly better from deep at home. We're talking a big jump from that awful 18% clip in Game 2. And even if they find some rhythm offensively, their defensive issues won't disappear overnight. The Mercury haven't figured out how to stop A'ja Wilson without getting into foul trouble, and they've struggled to contain the aces, guards off the dribble. Gray, Young, and Lloyd can all create their own shots, which forces constant rotation breakdowns. The result? Open looks, fouls, and points. A lot of them. So the lean here is toward Vegas plus 3.5 and the over 163.5. The value lies in trusting the aces, consistency and the series trend toward higher scoring games. Now let's pivot to a player prop that really stands out, Chelsea Gray's points plus assists line, which sits at over 16.5 minus 125 at DraftKings. This has been money all postseason. Gray has cleared this mark in both finals games so far, logging 10 assists in each and comfortably stuffing the stat sheet. On the season, she's hit this number in 52% of her games, 28 of 54, but even more impressive, she's exceeded it in 4 of her last 6 matchups against Phoenix, including 5 straight overall when you combine regular season and playoffs. Against the Mercury, she's averaging 17.7 combined points and assists over her last 7 meetings. And in her last 5 games overall, she's averaging 20.6. That's a 100% hit rate over that stretch. On the road, she's been even better, hitting this over in 5 of her last 6 away from home, averaging 20.5 combined. That's an 83% hit rate. Those numbers speak for themselves. Phoenix ranks 4th in points allowed and 6th in assists allowed overall, but when you isolate them against guards, the numbers get ugly, they fall to 8th in both. Their perimeter defense has been shaky all season, and against a guard as smart and efficient as Chelsea Gray, that's a major problem. If you want a slightly riskier play with better odds, you can grab over 17.5 plus 100 at ESPN Bet. But the 16.5 at minus 125 feels safer and still very profitable. So to recap, leaning aces plus 3.5, over 163.5, and Chelsea Gray over 16.5 points plus assists minus 125 as the top look for Game 3. Vegas just looks too deep, too composed, and too efficient right now, and it's hard to see Phoenix suddenly flipping that script without getting healthier. That'll wrap it up for this breakdown. If you enjoyed the analysis, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Beyond the Box Score, and drop your Game 3 predictions down below. Let's cash some tickets, enjoy the finals, and I'll see you all right back here for Game 4.